Hey, 2025 is over and it is now 2026, and I decided that I wanted to make my looking back at the last year and then looking forward to the next year video that I did beginning last year. I want to make that a tradition because I want to be able to track what I'm doing. So I have a Bundaberg. I have you. I'm not going to be painting this time because that failed last time. But we're going to talk about my year. And there we go. It's not really far. I know that nobody really kind of cares, but these are just nice videos for me to be able to look back on and just see what I wanted to do and then what did I accomplish. I have a list again. So I just wanted to start off by addressing the last video that I did and then talk about other things that I accomplished last year. So I've got, yet again, my work and hobbies, my classes, my shows, travel. I traveled more than I thought I would. And then my plans for 2026, which is a very, I don't know, year for me right now. And it's had a pretty rocky start. And I'll tell you why soon. But yeah. But first, we're going to address the last video. So, one of the first things I said, and I talked to some of the lecturers about this, and they actually said something that surprised me. They were like, we really would prefer people who come to the degree to have some life experience and stuff. And I was like, great, awesome, I'll go get that life experience. I'll see you in a couple years, probably 1 year, but still, because I was going to go back to Unitech for film. I decided not to. If I was going to, that would have been this year. And I found out about a different program called the Actors Program. And I realized that if I went to Unitech for film, I would be spending 3 years in a degree that I can barely afford, and that I won't even be focusing on acting, and it won't necessarily have super great job outcomes either. So I just decided I think I'm going to focus on life experience and work experience, and I'm going to focus on trying to get into the Actors Program to focus more on acting, because that's my main thing. I do like to do filmmaking, but acting's that's my thing, you know? So I thought, also because it's 3 years long, that's 3 years of me not being able to make any money, not being out and about and getting life experience, which is so crucial to acting. You need to have those emotional experiences and the life knowledge to be able to look at a script and really truly understand it and understand a character. And there's also just a lot of life skills that I want to build without I need to continue to develop my ability to be able to function without a serious routine, because if acting, if it does take off, I'm not going to have a really structured routine. So if I get a job, I'm going to have more of a routine. That'll teach me time management and stuff. And I feel I would rather be gaining in a job, gaining money and gaining life experience through that, rather than being at school for 3 years, losing money. It's the biggest thing is probably money, but also because I would rather focus on in front of the camera for now. And if I do get into Actors Program, I'll probably be auditioning end of this year if I still want to. That's another thing, is I'm going to give myself a year to think about it, because it's $14,000. And so I really need to be sure that that's what I want, because I'm going to be paying for it almost entirely out of my own pocket. So I need a year to solidify that that's what I want, and that's what I'm going to spend that much money on, and also just to save up that money. So there you go. No Unitech for me. Gonna try for the Actors Program. Another thing I talked about was my relationship. I met someone. Oh my gosh, what? And I was very enamored by him, and I talked about him for many, many minutes. We are just friends now. We were together for just over a year and a half. I have no ill will towards him. We are still on good terms. We're currently we're not completely no contact, but we're just at the moment just not talking a bunch, just to be with ourselves and get used to the fact that we're not together anymore romantically. But we're still gonna be friends, online friends, and we'll see each other every now and then in person, but yeah, we are no longer boyfriend and girlfriend. Another thing that I mentioned in my video was doing a physical theatre workshop. And I'm going to take a workshop, which will be pretty cool. It's like a physical theatre workshop, which is exciting. I am now part of the Nui Ensemble. I have done 2 showings with them. We also did like an intensive week just like by ourselves. And then the 4th term, we just had like a last like Christmas Day, Secret Santa, fun games. It was really fun. But yeah, I did 2 showings with them, which were just like contained inside the whare. The first one was called Blended, and I recited a poem of mine. Not the full poem, because it was kind of wordy, and it's physical theatre. So I was basically just learning like this style of like not taking things really literally is kind of like their signature. So I'd put together a string of movement through an exercise, and the woman who runs the whole thing, she was like, I really like that string of movement, so like maybe you could put that with your words, because she knew that I had this poem. And so I got to do that, and it was my first time, like, it was my first time in the company. I did it was a solo thing. I thought that I would do like a group thing, but she was like, no, I think it's a solo. And I was like, okay, that's great. Awesome. But I'm so happy that I did it, and I felt very empowered, and it's an amazing atmosphere. It's like completely my tribe. I just feel so lucky. I feel like it's like really elevated me as a performer, and like working with these tutors who know what they're doing and are just so ingrained in their craft, and it's just like I feel like I'm in heaven. And like the types of like movement we do, the exercises we do, the way that Massive works, it just feels so true to like human nature. Like I feel like I am never more present than when I'm at Massive, and I struggle with like detaching from like reality, derealizing, dissociating. So when I'm at Massive, I literally like I felt like that maybe once, and it was like the first time that I walked in, and it just feels, it's really grounding work, which sounds so pretentious, but it is. So if you're in Auckland, or they do workshops all over New Zealand, so like highly recommend, because geez, I don't know if it's just me, but it's honestly phenomenal way to work. So I did Blended, and I did a poem called If Humans Held the World, and it was very cool. And then we did What the Flock, which was really fun. And I did a monologue about my ex, because he was going to go to America for a month, and I was struggling with the distance, which was quite a nice monologue. I'm quite proud of it, and it was like a goal that I set for myself, that I wanted to do like a proper monologue in front of an audience, just to prove to myself that like I can memorize that, I can work well under pressure, and it was really well received, which was great. And then another goal I set for myself was to do more than one thing and have them be quite different. So I wanted to do like one pretty wordy thing and one very physical thing. So then I did one about Wolverine and loving Wolverine, which kind of turned into like this love letter to my dad, which was kind of cool. And I accidentally swore during it. I didn't like mean to. It wasn't in the like what I had written, but I got really into it. And I was like feeding off the energy of the audience, and I yelled the F word while I was talking, and I was like, I thought my mum was in the room, but she'd actually left, because she like wasn't feeling well. But my dad like lost it when I said it, because I don't swear in front of my parents ever. And so that was just hilarious, and everyone else laughed. And I think I probably might have looked a little bit wide-eyed, like, oh, why did I say that, you know? But it was great. And I just, like, after every one of those shows, I just feel like melting. You know, like, one of the tutors, Beulah Koale, I, like, melted into his arms. And I was just like, thank you so much. And I was, like, tearing up, and it was amazing. I just, like, it's just so liberating to make your own work as an actor and, like, connect with yourself on that level. It's just, like, I love it. I love Massive, and I cannot wait for the next year with Massive. It's going to be awesome. I love Bundaberg. Okay. Also, speaking of shows, I did another NYT show. Yet again, I didn't do a show at the beginning of the year because I was focusing on some classes, which I'll talk about later. But we did Wizard of Oz. And I will tell you more about that later. That can come later. But there you go. Anyways, another thing I said is that I want to get my learner's license today. I should have gotten, not today, this year. I don't know if I need to cover up my information or not, but there she is! I look like, yeah, I didn't know I was going to have my photo taken on the day that I did the test, but there you go. But yeah, I have my learners now. My next goal is to get my restricted, and I'm going to be starting like really locking into lessons next week, because I tried last year. I realized I hate driving. I'm actually kind of terrified of it. So I've just been trying to get past that mental block, and I'm going to lock into it, because I was like, I want to get a license every year. So last year was learners, this year's restricted, next year's going to be full. All going well. But I got my learners. That was a huge one for me, because it was really difficult. Also, I spoke about getting together with my friend early on in January. Third day, I got to have a sleepover with someone who I haven't like properly seen for a while. It's really, really hard for us to get together because of my stupid schedule. She lives in my backyard now. We have a cabin down there, and she lives with us, which is really cool. So we get to see each other like whenever we want. Like, we're both quite busy people still, but like most nights we're just like, hey, oh my gosh. Very exciting. So yeah. And I talked about how we tried to see Nosferatu, and I was like, I'll see Nosferatu soon. I still haven't seen it. It's been over a year. And then I talked about, there's a film that I started shooting, I don't know if it's the beginning of last year or the end of the year before, but it's one that I literally have one scene left. And the annoying thing is that it's quite lighting heavy, and I'm doing it by myself. I released it. It's Modern Diary. It's on my YouTube channel. It's probably my favorite short film that I've done. I feel like it was like a really good acting exercise for me, which is kind of why I wrote it, was just like to just train the monologue side of my brain a little bit more. Because I feel like I often overthink monologues a little bit, and I'm just like, I have to be interesting the whole time. But like, no, it's just about like being in it and being the character, and people will be drawn to that anyways. And it got pretty good reception. Like quite a few views, quite a few nice comments. That was pretty cool. Not that that matters, but I am very proud of it. So if you have 24 minutes, spare 24 minutes, go watch it. If you don't, chuck it on in the background. Views help. It's great. So yeah, very, very happy about that. I was talking about getting more into dance stuff, and I did my jazz exam and I passed. I think I got commended, which isn't very high, and I realized that I'm progressing through the levels quicker than I can adapt to them. Because of the gap year, I had lots of time to like really lock in on it and like do well, but even with that time, I think I was just like, I was too behind. So yes, I passed, and I'm very happy with the grade I got. But it was like, I got to the next level and I was like, I can't keep up with this. Because I think there's a certain level where you don't pass if you didn't do well enough. I'm just like, I can tell that it's not doing me any service. All I'm doing is just trying to catch up all the time. So I decided to drop it, and I spoke to the woman who owns the studio, and she said that she thinks I'd be good at the musical theatre class. So she's put me in that class. We'll try that next year. And then I am thinking about going to a dance class in the city. They have like a thing where you like pay $20 a week and you can go to any class during that week, which will be great for my haphazard schedule. I talked about doing Pilates. I was going to join a class. I was like, oh, that's going to be so fun. And then I didn't. So whatever. I don't really plan to this year. I don't think that's a big priority for me. Like, I want to be active, but I don't want to like chuck it in a routine, because that doesn't work for me at all. I did follow some YouTube videos for like a week, but then I gave up. I said I wanted to get stronger. It's a fail. Part of the massive show I was doing like a group thing, and I was just like, I just want to be able to do one good full push-up. Like, that's my dream. And I still can't. So whatever. And then with social media, I was like, I'm going to be more consistent. And on TikTok, I could keep consistent for maybe like 2-3 months. And then I'd drop off for like a month, and then I'd come back. And yeah, I'm in a low period there with it. I haven't posted in a while, but that's okay. And then with YouTube, it's been a few things, and then Instagram just kind of like personal or like work stuff now. So an attempt was made for sure, but not executed. That's okay. That's regarding my last video, and I'm pretty happy. Like, I accomplished a lot of what I wanted to accomplish. Like, the only things that I kind of failed in was like the physical activity, But I have been pretty active, like with dancing and stuff like that. Like I haven't been a couch potato, I promise. So that's fine. And when I was still with my ex, like we'd often be like running to the bus and stuff, and like I'd be running to his house. So there was a lot of running in the relationship, so I feel like that helped. So I guess I'm just gonna get fat now, but that's alright. I'm gonna get like spaghetti legs. But that's okay. So with 2025, I really wanted to have a good balance between friends, work, hobbies. Because I mean, I treat my hobbies like my work anyways. And I really do think that I achieved that. I mean, I was able to schedule like specific days to hang out with friends. Towards the end of the year, I've been getting a lot closer with a specific group of friends who've been playing online a lot more, and they've been helping me through the breakup, which is really nice. So I feel like, and then I've gotten lots done with work. So I feel like I got a really good balance, and I'm really happy with it. Regarding my work and hobbies for last year, as I said, I did Wizard of Oz, which was really cool. I got to play the Wicked Witch of the West, which was awesome. I don't have the professional photos yet. They haven't come through, but here's some behind the scenes photos, I guess, of me wearing the costume and stuff. I had so much fun, and I think that like my time at Massive also really helped me when it came to like physicality and playing the character, and yeah, like, and also I'd been taking lots more classes. I'll just talk about the classes quickly. I took Actors Lab classes for the first 2 terms. I really want to go back next year, but I don't know how it's going to be financially. I took a class at TAPAC, which was really fun. The instructor was like super like, I don't know, really energetic all the time, really in his body, which was something that I wanted to like get to know. And he was really cool. And when he was away, some other people would come, and it was a good class. I also, actually, I'm just remembering this now. At Actors Lab, I met a tutor that is a voiceover artist, and I talked to her, and she helped me put together a voice demo, and I applied for a voice agent, and I got it. So that was another accomplishment. I'm part of Big Mouth Voices now, which is really exciting. I got a really cool callback with them like a month ago. Still haven't heard anything back. It's okay. And then I did an audition. I did an audition in like September, and it was really fun, and it was a Westpac commercial, and I got it. So that was cool. It's like a day of shooting, and I got to be like a snooty teenager, which was great. First time on a damn billboard. I was on quite a few billboards. What's kind of sad is on the bus stops, they've cut me out, and then like on the website you can like see my leg, and that's kind of it. But I was on a couple of big billboards, so I'm pretty happy about that. I'm not gonna lie. It was very exciting, and I got paid big bucks. So that all went in my Actors Program savings, but it was very, very exciting. And so, I mean, my goal was like to book at least one thing through my agency, and I did, and it was fun. And then obviously Modern Diary, did Modern Diary, that was really fun. And then I made an attempt to apply to a modelling agency. The issue in New Zealand is that there are almost no, or like there are no modelling agencies that are just modelling agencies. They are models and talent. And because I'm a GCM, I'm already with a talent agency. And there is no way that I'm going to leave my agency, like, on any plane of existence, you know? Like, I am so happy with my agency. I love them so much. They have given me so many amazing opportunities, and they're so encouraging, and they never make me feel bad for asking my myriad of questions, you know? Like, there's no way I'm leaving. And they have a great reputation in the industry, so, like, there's no way. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to make an attempt, and I'm this year going to try and set up little photo shoots just for myself, just to kind of build up a little bit of a portfolio. What I'm going to do with that portfolio, I don't know. I don't imagine I'm going to get noticed, you know, like I don't think that's going to happen. It's very rare that it would. And even if it did, like they wouldn't be able to take me because, you know, so I think regarding modeling, it's lower on my list of priorities. So I'm okay to be like freelance, and I'm going to keep my eye out. Like I applied for a independent fashion show. And I think, like, if I just keep my eye out for modeling casting calls, as long as it's still media, I'm in the clear. So I think that I will just, or like runways. So I think I will do my own due diligence on that, start building up my portfolio, and just kind of see where it goes. Oh yeah, I went to a lot of shows last year, which was really cool. I won't talk about all of them, but I went to Bell, a performance of Air, which was Auckland Arts Festival. You can find that video somewhere. I went to see Mother as a Daughter as a Mother, which was pretty intense. It's one that I wanted to see the first time it kind of came around, and I missed it, and it was just, I'm not gonna give like a full like review, but I liked it. I did like it. What else did I see? I saw Ilang Ilang. That was a really good one. So the Dry House. Like, I went to a lot of basement shows for the first time, which like it was really good. I went to a Playhouse Theatre show, which was Hunchback of Notre Dame. I knew a girl who was in there. Lots of art gallery things as well. I went to the art gallery a lot. Love the art gallery. I went to the art gallery yesterday. I saw Pop to Present, the exhibit, which was really cool. I just love art. I just love looking at it and just like feeling it and reading the meanings behind it. It's just, I love it. I don't know a lot of people who also love art, so I went with my mum. I was really lucky that I was able to like up my babysitting hours so that I could afford to go to those shows, because a lot of them were paid out of my own pocket. And then traveling, as I said, I did some traveling. That was not a goal, that was not something I expected, but I went to Wellington twice. The first time I went to see the Vivienne Westwood exhibit at Te Papa. I went with my ex. I'll just call my friend. I went with my friend, and he quite enjoyed it, which was cool. I didn't expect him to. And then, I took him to like Parliament for a second, but we didn't go in because we were running out of time on Power Flight, but we just went up for the day. That was cool. And the second time I went to Wellington was for World of Wearable Arts show, which I've never been to. I always wanted to go. And that was for my 18th birthday. That was the big experience for my 18th birthday. And then I went to New Plymouth at the end of the year for New Year's because I had a mate who lives down there, and another one of our mates came on the plane with me, and we went to Festival of Lights, walked around town, went to a beach, went to the museum, the art gallery. Yeah, it was really fun. I had a lot of good time. It was very like, there's not like a ton going on in New Plymouth, but like I had a great time. Like, I really enjoy their company and stuff, so it's good. So that's 2025. That was 26 minutes about. I will cut things out so it'll be less for you. But it was a lot. And I'm very happy because it was my first time, like, not being in, like, schooling or anything and, like, being completely in charge of how I spend my time. And I feel like I did it well. I feel like I spent my time well. Like, I didn't just sit around and do nothing, you know? Not all the time. Just sometimes. Anyways. So, looking forward to 2026. One thing I haven't really spoken about is my relationship with God. I think that in 2024, I was kind of straying from the idea of being a Christian. I didn't, and then in 2025, I've done a lot of work on my relationship with God and reading the Bible more and Bible journaling. And I think that 2026 is like, I want to just continue to do that and just continue to get closer with God and learn more about Him and be more bold in my identity as a Christian. Yeah, that's definitely a goal. My restricted license as well. Definitely want that. I want to be in more shows. A little thing with NYT, I've decided I'm not going to do shows with them anymore, but they're doing this like seniors program for the first time that was like $50. So I was like, I'll give it a go, try it out, see how it is. Massive's free, by the way, just putting that out there. But I was like, I'll try it out, I'll just do it. I am putting together a little performance because I'm not quite sure what we're going to do. Like, it's going to be like a cabaret where we make our own show, but I'm like, maybe I should just have something ready. So I'm preparing a little performance of all that jazz, and if I don't end up doing it, I feel like I could use it somewhere else. So who knows, maybe I'll chuck it on YouTube. I want to release another solo short film. I already have an idea for one. It's already written and storyboarded. I just need to get together props and figure it out. I want to try and do a solo short film once a year because I feel like it really helps me develop skills without the pressures that I would have if I had other people in the film. Like, the only person who I'm waiting on is myself. So if I can practice being organized and different film techniques and things like that by myself, then if I ever do have a production where I'm working with a bunch of people, I already have those skills and they won't have to like wait on me to learn, kind of thing. So that's why I like to do short films by myself. That's why I choose it. I want to continue posting, obviously. This is This is a big thing for me. This is something that really matters a lot to me, is posting. I've wanted to do it since I was a kid, and now I'm 18, and this is like really fun. So I want to get more consistent, and I really want to work on being more original. Like on TikTok, I really just only post like other people's dances. So I want to try and find time where I can like actually like think about myself and what I want to do, and see how that goes. It's difficult because I don't have a ton of time, and it's a priority, but it's not a super high priority. So we'll see. But I want to keep posting. I want to continue with my modeling plans. I have a photo shoot idea that I think I'm going to do probably in February, maybe. I want to try and spread them out a bit because I just did recently my Sweet Pea inspired photo shoot, which I posted on Insta if you want to see his sneak peek. So I think I'll space them out a little bit, but I have ideas simmering in here. I'm going to redecorate my room. I decided that post breakup I really want to make it like my space, because at the moment like it does feel like our space. I've taken some stuff down so it feels more like mine, but I'm actually filming it. I'm going to redecorate the whole thing. At the moment I'm just kind of organizing and culling, and but I have ideas for like decorations I want to do and things I want to change. So it's partially because of the breakup and trying to move on, but also I just feel like I want to change. I've had the same curtains, the same duvet cover, the same everything for like years. So I want to fill up my walls, and I want to like do cool light things, and I've got so many ideas. So I'm doing that. That's going to be a YouTube video as well, out at some point this year, hopefully. Obviously, say for the actors program, it's not guaranteed that I'm going to get in. Obviously, like you do have to audition, but I want to have that money ready just in case I do get in. I don't want to be like scrambling at the last minute and have to pull out because I can't get the money in time, or have to like chuck it on my parents and make it a financial burden for them. I'm gonna try and get a job, a part-time or full-time job, because babysitting's great and I enjoy it, but it is not nearly consistent enough for me to be financially independent. I don't earn enough to be financially independent to any degree. I'm gonna get back into classes. I don't know which one specifically. Like I said, I want to do Actors Lab, but that's something I'm still thinking about and not quite sure about because it's very expensive. I have savings, but it's just an idea of like, what do I want to spend my money on? What am I able to spend my money on, kind of thing. So that's a maybe. And then like dance classes, but I think the classes are going to take a bit of a step back as I try to get a job and focus on other stuff, especially my restricted license. Like that's something I really need to focus on. And then finally, I just have one word on this page, kind of a waste of paper, but busk. I want to busk. I have had the equipment to busk for so long and I haven't used it, and I really want to. I'm like getting my list together of songs I want to do. My mate who lives with me, like she's wanting to do busking. She's gonna get her own equipment, and we're gonna busk. We're gonna do it. It's gonna happen this year. I want to busk like once every month or 2 months. That's really what I want to do. I feel like that's attainable. Like I'm not just like I'm gonna busk every week. Like no, like attainably I'd like to do once every month or 2 months. But preferably I'd like to do like once a month or more. So hopefully that'll be my 2026. I guess you'll find out in 2027. I turned 19 this year. That's crazy. That's going to be my last year as a teen. And then it's just like no excuses. No excuses to be a deadbeat, I'm not a deadbeat, but I do need a job. It's fine. I just need my big break, that's all I need. But, yeah, officially an adult now. It's gonna be fun. I am scared for this year, but I'm also excited for this year. I feel like it started low, so the only way to go is up, I'm vibing right now. I'm a little tired because we had church this morning, but I'm good. I just don't want to wrap up. I got a text. Okay, I'm gonna go look at that text. That's my excuse to leave the video now. Good luck for 2026. Jeez. 2026. Happy, I'm not gonna say Happy New Year. It's not a new year anymore. We're in it now. Good luck. Slay.